Well, hi everyone, it's Marcus and welcome to more Zooming in the Jungle Room. I am speaking to Taasha Coates. She is, of course, from the Audreys. Taasha, how are you today?
I'm very well. I'm feeling very plantless.
Yeah, I'll send some over by courier
Thank you.
immediately.
Thank
Immediately.
you.
Can I just say, I mean, obviously you're in Adelaide like me. How hot was Wednesday this week?
It was disgusting. Didn't
I,
like it at all.
I got home from my job and my plants hated me. Um, my peace lily that is just back there was
Oh
dripping
yeah.
on the
Was
floor.
it saggy? Yeah.
She's a
It had
drama.
the sag.
Yeah, she was not happy. She's bounced back now, but
Oh,
yeah,
good.
Wednesday was not a good day in Adelaide. We went from 20 degrees to 40 degrees, boom,
I
like
did.
that, didn't we?
I
Crazy.
have a reputation among my friends and family for being really good at killing plants.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
You need to get onto my other website, darling, the botanical. I've got some things to teach you,
All right,
honey. Hey,
all
but
right, all
let's
right.
not make it about me. Let's talk
Okay.
about
Okay.
you.
Okay.
First music in 10 years, Secondhand Boots. What a beautiful song. I've been playing it all
Thank
day. It's
you.
amazing. Um,
Thank you.
Why the break?
Well, I did put out a solo record in that time.
She did, yep.
Yes, yes. And then Tristan and I were going to put out a new Audrey's record in 2020. And we had a tour booked that was going to save up the money to make the record. And of course, COVID happened, so the tour never happened. And then, of course, he got sick and ended up passing in 2022. So then I had to rethink what I was doing. But I've also been raising children. My first child was born in 2011 and my second in 2014. So that slows a woman down, as I'm sure you can imagine. But they're a little bit older now. So they're now 10 and 13. So I feel like I can go back and tour and I just really wanted to put out another record. A fire got lit and I had to do it.
Why did you because like you said, I mean, your solo came out in 2016.
Yeah.
When you had the that spark to create more music again, why did you
Yeah.
choose with the Audreys as opposed to doing it as a solo artist?
So Tristan and I got back together to do well, he actually helped me write my solo record, but he didn't want to tour at that point. He was starting to become unwell. Um, and then he decided that he was gonna be okay and he was gonna get back into it and he was gonna do it. And so we got really fired up about doing a new Audrey's record. And then when he got diagnosed and really was only given sort of 6 months, he survived longer than that. But he said to me, Tasha, I really want you to put a new band together and keep playing our songs that we've written together, and that's what I really want you to do. So it was it was two things. It was partly for me as a healing process of recovering from my grief of losing him, but also we have really lovely fans who've been around for a really long time and just really wanted to hear more music, and so it was it kind of just felt like the right time and something I really wanted to do, and then I felt like Tristan would have wanted me to do.
Do you find the new music that you're writing and indeed inspired by has reference to Tristan and your relationship with him?
Very much. There's some songs that you won't have heard yet because they'll be on the album when it comes out early next year that are directly about him and are very sad and were actually very difficult to sing in the studio.
Mm. Um,
Yeah.
how did you, so obviously during that period, like you say, it was 2022. How
Yeah.
did you find how did you make sure that you were mentally well during that period? What was your go-to?
Actually, it was my band. They were amazing. I was on tour when I heard that he'd gone. In the end, it sort of happened very quickly. And I got on stage about 5 days after, and I just everyone had said you don't have to do it, and I said no, I think I want to do it. I think that's what I want to be doing. But then on the night, I was just really anxious and sort of shaking and not really keeping it together, and my band were just beautiful. And then I got to the end of the show and I got almost got to the last song and I just started to cry, and all my band just got up and stood with me and hugged me, and then all the crowd stood up and clapped, and everyone came up to me afterwards and hugged me and told me beautiful stories about Tristan. And then I ended up with another couple of months on tour, just going through this kind of collective grieving with the crowd and my band were beautiful and incredibly supportive. And it was actually, for me, I think the only way I could have gotten through that process. I think if I'd stayed home, it might have been harder. Maybe, I don't know.
And you know what? You did what you knew best at that time,
Yeah.
that's all humans can ever do, really. Hey, let's go back to when you were younger. Who were you listening to? Who really drove it for you, the love of the music industry? Who were you listening to?
So my parents actually bonded over a love for Frank Sinatra.
Same here.
Yeah, yeah. So they were like just totally into crooning music. So I grew up listening to a lot of that. But then my dad also had a really great record collection that was sort of 70s and 80s. What do you call it? Like, I guess what you would call now as Americana. So Bruce Springsteen, Steve Earle, and some beautiful old like Linda Ronstadt, Dolly Parton, Emmylou Harris, Graham Parsons stuff. And just that was his era. But and of course, I listened to a little bit of whatever was going on in my era, but not so much. Because then I went on after I finished school, I went and did a jazz degree in jazz vocals. So I kind of, a lot of 90s music kind of missed me, which was a
Ah,
bit embarrassing. Um, but yeah, then when I met Tristan, we kind of had this mutual falling in love with country music that just somehow seemed to really suit my voice and seemed to, once we started writing in that genre, it just came so easily and it was really fun.
um,
And I think, I mean, I grew up listening to Dolly Parton. I mean,
God,
so why
right? And
not?
have you ever seen her live?
Do you know, I have to say I haven't, which is unusual. Most of my heroes I have managed to get to see. I heard a rumor she was coming out next year.
I have not heard that. I have not heard
Mm,
that.
mm.
Fingers
I could
crossed.
be wrong.
I saw her about, I think it was about 10 years ago. She did a tour, the Better Days tour, I think it was called. And
Wow.
incredible, incredible. But yeah, amazing. You know who my person is that I haven't seen that I absolutely idolized growing up?
Yeah.
Annie Lennox. I've never seen, she's on my,
Right.
I want to see,
Yeah, right.
but she just doesn't do the tours anymore. So that may never happen.
No,
Um,
no.
Hey, who's an artist that you would love to collaborate with? Anybody, anywhere.
Brandy Carlisle.
Cool.
What
Yeah,
do you reckon?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
That'd
Definitely.
be fun. Did you see did you see her do the Joni Mitchell doing both sides now? Like sitting on a throne, like she was wheeled out on stage in a throne. Because when you're Joni Mitchell, that's how you get to perform.
Oh,
Like, why not?
I know, right?
Her Highness.
Get to a certain level in life.
I
Um,
just love it.
so I think we've probably touched on this in regards to Tristan, but what motivates your music these days? When you sit down and write some music, write your lyrics, what is motivating you to create this art?
Uh, well, apart from the stuff about Tristan, which was quite a lot of songs on the record, but not entirely the record, it's also my really crap love life motivates me quite a lot.
Mm,
Mm,
I get that.
yay.
Maybe I'll some of my stories and that can create another 5 albums for you.
Look, I'm still creating more content. I just can't stop. Can't get enough heartbreak.
Oh my God. Okay, we need to go out and have a coffee because
You
we've
know.
got many stories to share or create a whole nother website. Relate
Yes,
stories,
yes.
Taasha Markus. There we go.
I do wonder though, if I suddenly became really romantically satisfied, if I wouldn't start writing rubbish music. Like it's possible. Maybe it's like my duty as a songwriter just to have a shit personal life.
Yeah, you know what though? Let's go back to Annie Lennox again. I read an
Yeah.
interview with Annie Lennox a good few years ago now, saying, "Why don't you do any more albums?" Blah blah blah. And she was like, "You know what? I'm actually just tired of writing songs about heartbreak." Because when you listen
Mm,
to Eurythmic songs, and all of it is heartbreak, she said,
yeah,
"I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
tired of writing about that." She said, "I'm in a
Ah.
really happy space now that I just don't want to do anymore."
And that was what mostly drove her to write music, and now she doesn't have that drive anymore.
Yeah.
Well, really one of my favorite artists is Lucinda Williams, and the only record she's ever put out that I didn't like was one she put out just after she got married. And we were like, oh, I don't
Changing.
like it. What's wrong? What's wrong? And then we read about it and we were like, oh, she's happy. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't vibe
yeah.
with
Honey, no,
it.
no, no, no. No one wants to hear that.
Hey, so what's in store for the Audreys, or indeed any of your solo work? What's in store
Yes.
for the Audreys or Taasha, in 2025?
So we are putting out, because apparently this is how it's done these days, and I'm just nodding and going along with the flow. We're doing a couple more singles, and then we're putting the album out, I think, end of Feb next year. And then we tour March, April, May with the whole band right around Australia. Um, I used to tour quite a bit in the US, but I haven't been back since before COVID. So I've kind of lost my audience there a bit. Plus, I've fallen out of love a little bit for various reasons. Um, so I might, if I wanted to have a second territory, I might try somewhere in Europe, maybe, but we'll definitely be on the road for the next year or so with this record.
Fantastic. And obviously
Right.
with Adelaide.
I think we're playing at the Gov in Adelaide. I don't have a date yet, but
I love the Gov.
yes, I will spot you with that fantastic hair.
I practically give that. If I'm not at the Gov seeing a show, I'm at Highland Street Music Hall or I'm at the Adelaide Festival Centre. Um,
Oh, a friend of mine was going there last night. Who was playing there last night? Honey Street.
Highland Street Music Hall last night was
Or was it the night before?
it was the night before. It was, oh my goodness. Oh no, I'm thinking of you know who I saw there last week though? I saw the Cult. The Cult were amazing. Tomorrow
Nice.
night is Church. Remember
Oh, of course, yeah. Ian Hogue plays with the church
yeah,
from
so
Paddington. Anyway.
arts and entertainment. I don't know about
Yeah,
Australia, but Adelaide is like I just can't keep up with it all at the moment. There's
yeah.
stuff.
Last band I saw there was the Dirty Three, and they played for nearly 3 hours.
God. Um, you
I
know,
was actually like, okay, I'm tired now.
okay, can I go home?
Can I go home?
I saw John Butler there about a couple of weeks ago, and he was
Yeah.
just mesmerizing, and he went on for just over 2 hours as well. An amazing show. Anyways, oh my God, how exciting! So, can I ask you one last question?
Yes.
Yeah. How are you spending Christmas this year?
Well, I just moved into a new house a few weeks ago, so I want my family to come here because, when you're in a new house, it's very exciting. So that's the plan.
I
So
like
I've
that.
just ordered some outdoor furniture because at the moment it's just a bare courtyard with some dying pot plants. Don't tell Marcus. Um, I know, I know, I
Oh
know.
my God.
So I'm going to get a nice outdoor setting, and hopefully it's just the perfect weather to eat outdoors at my house.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it's not a heat.
My
Ugh.
my 10-year-old still believes in Santa, although he did say he was going, he sees you when you're sleeping. And then he went, Mommy, that's a bit creepy. And I went, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
you're dead right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tell me
It's,
if any strange mans are watching you when you were sleeping, because it's not
I
okay.
probably know about that. Yeah.
I need to know. Mummy needs to know. Hey, I said to you, I actually lied. I said one last question, but I've got another
Yes.
question.
Got another one.
The album cover for the new single, Secondhand Boots, is obviously a pair of your boots. Do
They
you
are
have
my
them
boots.
in the room there with you? Because I would love to see them.
I think I do.
Show everybody because they're amazing.
Here they are.
Oh, honey, they are fabulous.
And this is my hot tip. This is a pool noodle
I love it. I love it.
to
Hold
keep
them up
them
high
bright.
for us. Yeah, see, look at them, everyone. Love. I would wear them in a flash. You know that.
I do. But they
Oh
fit?
my goodness.
Hey.
Um,
Oh, I've got them right.
Taasha Coates from the Audreys, what an absolute delight chatting with you. I wish you the most amazing Christmas, and let's catch up
Thank
in
you. Thank you.
2025. Let's do more chats, all right?
That would be wonderful.
And I cannot wait for the tour news. Cannot wait.
Yes, yes. Well, I think we'll announce it when we announce the record. So, apparently that's how it's. I don't know.
That's how it
All
goes.
right. Thanks, Marcus.
Have a great Christmas. Be kind to be
I
safe.
will.
Bye bye.
Bye.